Okay, let's get started. Kubrat Pulev against Hughie Fury. That's the video title. That's what we'll be talking about. Welcome to BWTM Sports in association with Round for Round Boxing. Check out the latest news, video, trailers, information. Fighters have been released or going to be part of the game. And also check out the playlist currently on BWTM Sports, the official channel, for all things Round for Round Boxing. Check out Round for Round Boxing, Round for Round Boxing, www.roundforroundboxing.com. Check it out. It's going to be a great game. I've seen all the fighters that have been signed so far for the game, and there are plenty more to come. So we'll be releasing another fighter next week. Okay, so let's talk about this topic. The topic is Hughie Fury versus Kubrat Pulev. When researching this fight, and to give you a breakdown for this particular fight,
started. Kubrat Pulev against Hughie Fury. That's the video.
Yes, so sorry about that. Kubrat Pulev against Hughie Fury. So when researching this bout for this fight, I always suspected this fight would happen. The minute Jarrell Miller pulled out of the fight against Kubrat Pulev, which I thought was a very poor move, I knew that Hughie Fury would take the fight. Having done various interviews with Peter Fury, the trainer and father of Hughie Fury, I knew that they wanted the Kubrat Pulev fight. So this was a blessing in disguise for Hughie Fury, who really wants to get himself into world title contention and really wants to prove to the doubters that that Josie Parker situation can be easily fixed, because he believes he's world class. His father believes he's world class, and who better to have as your trainer in your corner than Peter Fury? If you have forgotten, Peter Fury is the guy that took Tyson's career from where it was to taking on to becoming unified heavyweight champion of the world. So, in doing the research, I wanted to know first and foremost about Kubrat Pulev, because I've seen Hughie up to, I saw Hughie sparring, preparing for the Sexton fight, so I got to see Hughie up close and personal. I've seen Hughie a few times around, but to actually watch him sparring was very interesting against different styles, different types of opponents. Some shorter, some taller, some faster, some slower. So I got to see what his style looked like against various types of opposition sparring, how he set himself up, even if it's sparring, the technique, what he was doing, and kind of what his father was working on him with. So I don't know where this fight's going to get shown. I don't know. Probably Channel 5. I mean, it's Hennessy Sport, so Hennessy will probably show it on Channel 5. I don't know. All right, let me get back to the breakdown of this fight. So what I needed to do was to find out, first and foremost, why am I frozen? YouTube playing games again. First of all, I want to find out, when breaking down this fight, what the state of Kubrat Pulev was in terms of what he'd been doing recently. So the first thing I did was go across and look at Kubrat Pulev's fight against Kevin Johnson. I said that would have given me an idea against a guy who's a defensive type fighter who throw punches back when you attack him, what sort of state Kubrat Pulev was in. Had he learned from his mistakes from the Vladimir Klitschko fight? Kubrat Pulev, all this time, it's surprising. Kubrat Pulev, 37 years old, so much amateur experience, rated very highly as an amateur, rated very highly, one of the most feared men in world boxing, if you remember back in the day. But guess what? He's never been a world champion. He's been European champion. He's been twice European champion, but never been a world champion, which is astounding considering how long Kubrat Pulev's in boxing and how highly he's been rated in all the governing bodies and never had one world title shot. Unbelievable. So anyway, Kubrat Pulev, I wanted to know myself whether he'd improved. So I looked. The first thing to see, well, okay, can you block? Are you blocking a left hook now? Have you made adjustments to your style? Kubrat Pulev still stiff, upright, bouncing up around like a glorified amateur. He's still sticking out a jab, but when he sticks out, this is how Kubrat Pulev comes to you like this. And Kubrat Pulev, when he jabs, so watch Kubrat Pulev when he jabs, right? Let me get this in camera more. When Kubrat Pulev jabs, he's got all this open over the top for a right hand. He's open to a right hand. And the other thing about Kubrat Pulev, he stands upright like this. And Kubrat Pulev, when he's upright, he doesn't know how to block a left hook. Right? He doesn't know how to block the left hook. Here, he doesn't know how to get his guard up and block a left hook. So Kubrat Pulev bounces forward like a mummy. Kubrat Pulev's got no defense. He's got no defense. His jab is his offense, and his jab is his defense. He jabs to get you off, and he pulls back. He jabs, and he jabs to set himself up to land his right hand. But Pulev's all setup is his jab. Everything is off Pulev's jab, okay? But Pulev's very upright and very stiff, like this. That's how Kubrat Pulev boxes, right? Slow feet, and he gets you against the ropes, and he, like a mummy, gets you with a jab and starts bringing both right hands over the top. But Kubrat Pulev's still vulnerable to a left hook. He's still vulnerable to a right hand. In fact, Kubrat Pulev is very defensively flawed. Okay? Very defensively flawed. So I can understand. And he's, what, 37, 38 now? Kubrat Pulev, as far as I'm concerned, hasn't progressed. You would think after the Klitschko fight, Kubrat Pulev would have made some form of adjustment to his style. It shows you there's so many trainers in the world, but very good trainers that can take you from the mistake you made and take you to the next level. That's not happening with Kubrat Pulev. Kubrat Pulev's been basically, pardon my French, but he's been doing the same shit week in, week out, month in, month out, year in, year out, and he's not been able people to capitalize on it. And the only guy who was able to capitalize it was, of course, Klitschko. He did stumble Klitschko with the jab in the first round, but by the time he did that, he got hooked with a big left hook and was on the canvas and really never recovered from that left hook. Bearing in mind, I do think that the canvas in that fight against Pulev, there were some questionable things about that canvas. I said this before and I'll say it again. Very questionable things about the canvas, which was revealed afterwards when Peter Fury and Team Fury were preparing to fight Klitschko. So then Kubrat Pulev had some serious balance issues, and I expected Kubrat Pulev to be in and out. Kubrat Pulev reminds me of a guy who's a fencer. When he throws a jab like a fencer. I don't know if he's done fencing in his life or something. You know, with a sword and you just go in and out trying to get points. That's what Kubrat Pulev. I don't think Kubrat Pulev's style ever matured into being a professional fighter. Although he's had professional fights, I think his style is very much based on the amateur style. Pick and move, pick with a jab. Now he fights Hughie Fury, a guy who's probably got a longer reach than him, taller than him, can throw a left hook and throw a right hand, and has got equal or good a jab as him. For me, if you ask my opinion, based on what I saw of the Kevin Johnson fight, Kubrat Pulev is done. Finished. Complete. No more. He's finished. Kubrat Pulev is just a name, a scalp there to be taken. I expect Hughie Fury to come out, dominate with the jab. And because Pulev's got no defense, all Peter Fury will have to tell Hughie to do, hook off the jab and throw. And when Pulev throws his own jab, slam the right hand over the top, come back with a left hook. Because Pulev, as soon as he jabs, he throw one jab, okay, and then he drops his hand, which means he leaves him open to the right hand. And the best combination for something like that is when they drop the hand, parry, you bring the jab down, he's bringing the jab down, shoot the right hand straight down the pipe, left hook come over the top, and then come back with the right hand. So that combination would be one I'd be working with Pulev, against Pulev all the time. He's got no defense. He cannot fight backing up Pulev. He cannot fight backing up. So he's a guy that is defensively irresponsible. I don't see this actually being much of a fight. Pulev's footwork's another thing. He is very almost fights like he's stuck him out at times. And he's like, he can't change his style. He can't shift up. He's the same old Kubrat Pulev. So the only way Kubrat Pulev wins this fight, we talked about scripting in the last, in my last video. The only way Kubrat Pulev wins this fight is on points. He doesn't stop Hughie Fury. He doesn't punch hard enough. I don't think Kubrat Pulev is physically strong enough either to bully Hughie. I expect Hughie Fury to go over to Bulgaria, bully Pulev, beat him up, and knock him out. Now, I'm saying it here. I don't see this being a big fight for Hughie Fury. I don't think that Pulev carries the punching power. I think he's got experience, but there's no point in having experience if you haven't learned from your mistakes. So Kubrat Pulev is a name for the taking. Why did Jarrell Miller not fight Kubrat Pulev? I don't know. The only thing is, I think that he would have been worried about the judges. But for me, I think Miller could walk straight through Pulev. Pulev's got no power, so I just don't see how. I don't see what the problem is. Yeah, Pulev can box if you allow him to box. But I think if Hughie sets a fast tempo, comes out snappy with the jab behind the jab, really snaps that jab and gets that right hand on Pulev early and gets a left hook in as well, he will bring Pulev back to those memories of the Klitschko fight. Let's be honest, who has Kubrat Pulev fought since Klitschko who's brought their memories back to him? So Pulev's been doing the same old crap over and over again. So for me, I see Hughie Fury stopping Kubrat Pulev anything between 6 to 8 rounds. I really do. I see a demolition job being done here in Bulgaria, and then him becoming the #1 contender for the IBF title. That will be very interesting, because if Hughie then moves into the IBF position as #1 contender, beating Pulev to be #1 positioned, the IBF don't mess about. Generally, they don't mess about. I don't know what they'll do, because if then Joshua does go forward to beat Povetkin, that would be interesting. And it'd be even more interesting if Povetkin were to beat Joshua and Hughie were to beat Pulev. Could we potentially see Hughie Fury versus Povetkin in the future? There's very interesting things to think about. Yes, Lawrence Williams, hope you're well. Bracy won. Yes, Bracy, how you doing? Who's Pulev's best win? Happy days to fans, absolutely. LDBC in the house. Ronald Gomez, yes, LDBC. There's no chance Fury to stop Pulev. No way. Maybe on points. I can't see stoppage. Mate, Benjamin, with all due respect, you need to go back and watch the Kevin Johnson fight. Go back and watch the first round of Kevin Johnson fight. Johnson had Kubrat Pulev on unsteady legs, but for some reason Johnson didn't go for the kill. Kubrat finished. Pulev is done. Done. I don't even know. I don't even know where people got this idea that Kubrat. You saw what a Klitschko did to Pulev many years ago. Pulev's not got any better as a fighter. And remember, it's not Hughie Fury just came off the block. Hughie Fury is was a world amateur champion, youth champion. So, bro, I'm from Bulgaria. Okay, even worse. So I know you're going to back Pulev, but your man's getting stopped. Your man is getting stopped. He's getting stopped badly. I'm telling you. Because Pulev has not improved. He can't block a left hook. He can't block a right hand. Kevin Johnson, for the first 5 rounds of that fight, right, Kevin Johnson was catching Pulev with right hands, left hooks, doubling up left hooks to the body, to the head, and then suddenly Johnson just stopped throwing punches. I don't know if it was age. I don't know if somebody whispered Johnson in the corner and paid him more money not to win the fight. I don't know what it was. But let me tell you something. Kubrat Pulev, when he was fighting Kevin Johnson, looked terrible. And all this stuff about Fury not being a heavy hitter, I gave you the warning up, right? I've let you know already. Kubrat Pulev is there for the taking. He's going to get stopped. I'm telling you now. Kubrat Pulev's getting stopped. The IBF will give the AJ Povetkin 30 days to negotiate, then order a purse bid. Yes, funny. That's true there. I guarantee you, your man's getting stopped. I think Kevin Johnson, if he put his punches together and actually went for Pulev, would have stopped him. And it's not like Kubrat Pulev hasn't seen the canvas before. It's not like Kubrat Pulev hasn't stopped before. Open your eyes. Your man can't block a left hook. Your man can't block a right hand. And any punch, you look at the fight. Go back and look at the fight. You go back and watch the fight against Kubrat Pulev and Kevin Johnson, who got iced by Anthony Joshua. Go back and look at that fight. All the footage is there, people. Go back and look at the fight. Only Klitschko. And if you're going to say only Klitschko's a man that throws a jab and pulls his head back there. Klitschko's all about defensive first. You've got 2 different mentalities. Klitschko's an older, veteran, experienced fighter that'll jab and hold. Jab and grab, jab and grab, jab and grab. Hughie Fury won't be doing that. Hughie Fury will go. I'm telling you now, Hughie Fury is going to stop Kubrat Pulev. Who else has put him down? Who else decently enough has Kubrat Pulev fought to put him down? Name me the guys that Kubrat Pulev's fought in his career. That's good enough. Let's talk about Kubrat Pulev. Let's talk your great Kubrat Pulev. And I like Pulev. Don't get me wrong. I like him. Klitschko was the longest reigning heavyweight champion of all time. Chisora. All right. Wait, hold on. Chisora. You see the shape Chisora was in when he fought Kubrat Pulev? You're talking about different stars. Chisora's 6'2" at best. You're talking about Hughie Fury, 6'7". Pulev's decent. He's okay. That no more than that. He's decent. I'm a Pulev fan. But you know what? He's 37 years old. Right? 25 years. If Kubrat Pulev's that great, he'd been a world champion already. He's been a world champion already. He's not that great. Let's look at the supposed Kubrat Pulev record of punches. Let's see who he's got there. And look at the guys he fought. Okay. Dimitrenko. Ustinov. Shot Tony Thompson. Joey Abel. Klitschko had in his first loss. George Arias. Okay, let's look at the record of these guys that the great Pulev has fought. Okay, since Klitschko. George Arias. Okay, with a record of 56 fights and 13 losses. Then Maurice Harris, 2015. 26 fights, 20 losses. Okay. Then Derek Chisora, 25 fights and 5 losses. Okay. That's for the European title. Then he fought Samuel Peter, 36 fights, 5 losses. He bloody fought Samuel Peter, who was retired, and he fought Kevin Johnson, was retired. Derek Chisora did come over. Derek Chisora's not a great fighter. Don't now think the Takam fight is suddenly Chisora's a great fighter, because Chisora isn't a great fighter. All right, Chisora's a good fighter. He's not a great fighter, right? And Chisora himself has never won a world title. So there we go. There's Chisora, Maurice Harris, George Arias. So since the Klitschko fight, who world ranked has our friend Pulev fought? No one, absolutely no one. Garbage generally that Kubrat has fought, bar maybe the Chisora fight. Absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. Listen, I'm telling you now, Hughie Fury's going to stop Kubrat Pulev. Work rate, age, youth. You know, it's going to stop him. It's going to stop Ustinov. Listen, Hughie Fury is stopping Kubrat Pulev. That's it. And if Hughie Fury doesn't stop Kubrat Pulev and the fight goes to points, then I'm telling you, Kubrat Pulev probably win the fight on points. But I'm telling you, now, that's the only way Kubrat Pulev wins the fight. He doesn't stop Hughie Fury. The long reach, long arms, the right hand that's going to go right over the top. Kubrat Pulev's got too many bad mistakes. Kubrat Pulev's got too many bad mistakes. He's got too many flaws. He drops his left hand low. Hit to the right hand over the top and left hook over the top. Pulev's been stopped before. So, all right, carry on. On October the 27th, you're going to be looking at Kubrat Pulev on the cameras and you're going to be going, Kubrat Pulev is going to get stopped. You heard it here. Kubrat Pulev is getting stopped by Hughie Fury. Hughie Fury is getting better. Kubrat Pulev has declined. He's not doing any better. If Kubrat Pulev was anything serious, he'd have fought for a world title before now, and also he'd have been a world champion. Pulev's finished. I'm sorry. Finished. Finito. Done. He's done. Finished. This fight is going to be the end of Kubrat Pulev at world level. I'm telling you. Telling you. You're going to be looking up and going, ah! Like you're going to be pulling that face that Andrei Golota pulled when Andrew Golota pulled when Lewis knocked him down. You're going to go, that face. You're going to be shocked. Who does Fury stop? Kubrat Pulev. I'm telling you, Kubrat Pulev. You see, I'm not sitting there talking here from a standpoint of before the Parker fight. Before the Parker fight, you've got to understand. You know, there was nothing to suggest that Hughie Fury would have got jobbed on the cards. There was nothing to suggest the boxing politics would have gotten away in that fight. There's nothing to suggest that. Now, having had that defeat or that defeat, that questionable defeat, there has been a change. The fight's been confirmed for the 27th of October, Bulgaria. Now that fight happened to Hughie Fury, and I've been in camp, you're going to see Hughie Fury sitting his punches more. When I said Hughie Fury would stop Sexton, like, nah, Hughie won't stop Sexton. I said it's stop him inside the distance. What happened? What happened? Your man Pulev's getting knocked out. I'm sorry. This is the end of Kubrat Pulev. But I'm just telling you from a technical standpoint, Kubrat Pulev cannot defend himself. Kubrat Pulev cannot block a left hook. Kubrat Pulev cannot block a right hand. Go back and look at the Johnson fight. This is Kevin Johnson, a man that's scared to get hit. He's on defensive all the time, shoulder roll all the time. And all that Johnson was doing is coming out of his defensive shell and catching with a right hand or catching with a left hook. I'm telling you, go back and look at the tape. Kevin Johnson. Kevin Johnson. Remember that. Against who? Kubrat Pulev pulls great distance against who? With who? 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 Kubrat Pulev, what, 6'2", 6'3"? Kubrat Pulev is 6'2", 6'3". You got a guy 6'7", 6'6", 6'7" in Hughie Fury. You got a longer reach, longer arms. So who's Pulev controlling with the jab? Who are we saying that Kubrat Pulev? Who's he controlling with a jab? Oh, let's see. Let's see the sort of guys that Kubrat Pulev's been stopping with controlling a jab. Kevin Johnson, Samuel Peter, Derek Chisora, Maurice Harris, George Arias. Well, why did he control the jab with the jab against Klitschko? Huh? He didn't control with the jab that one, did he? He got controlled by Klitschko with the jab and a grabbing and a left hooking. Pulev 6'5". Well, okay, he's 6'5". What fade? I didn't think Pulev was 6. Pulev's not 6'5". Bro, who does Fury stop? I told you when he fights Pulev, he's stopping Pulev. I'm telling you, he's stopping Pulev. You're not listening to me. I've watched Fury in camp. He's stopping Pulev. You sound like Fury's Wilder. No, I sound like a guy that understands the dynamics and the sciences. Pulev can't block punches. Pulev cannot block the jab. Pulev cannot block a left hook. And Pulev cannot block a right hand. Watch how Hughie Fury fights. He uses the left jab like an old school fighter. Use the jab, block you, blind you with a jab, hit you with the right hand. Hold you up with a jab, hit you with a left hook. Watch how he fights. He might be a big favourite with the bookies, but the bookies can't fight for you. The bookies cannot fight for you. And Kubrat Pulev's style is not going to change overnight. This is technically a very bad fight for Kubrat Pulev to have. He's backing against a guy who's got a jab better than his own. Okay? He's in with a guy who's more athletic than him. Klitschko's more athletic than Pulev. Hughie Fury is more athletic than Pulev. I just don't. What does Hughie Fury do if Pulev decides not to throw out of fear of being countered? That's a good question. Well, Pulev's getting knocked out. Let me tell you now, Pulev is getting knocked out. There's going to be. I don't even see it being a stinker. I see Hughie running straight through him. I really do. I really do. Because Pulev's not a puncher. If Pulev was a puncher, like he was a genuine big puncher, then I think that the dynamics would have been different to this fight. If like Pulev had a right hand like Wilder or right hand like Klitschko, if he was one of them kind of punches, then I would say to you, okay, all right, this is a different type of fight. But it's not that kind of fight. I'm sure that Pulev is 6'3", 6'4". There's no way Pulev is 6'5". Pulev is not 6'5". No way. Pulev is not 6'5". Hughie is an accurate puncher. You keep saying he's not a puncher. Oh my. Okay. All right. All right. Fight is. He's getting stopped. He's getting stopped. You see, the thing is, when you're accurate and the other guy can't block a punch, go and look at Pulev's fight against Johnson. Go and watch the first round of that fight. He's going to drop Pulev. Go and look at Pulev's fight against Kevin Johnson, who's not a puncher. And watch what happens to Pulev in the first round. He gets caught with a left hook. Watch Pulev's legs. Pulev's resistance isn't the same as it used to. I'm telling you. Why do you think they're matching Pulev with such Guys like Samuel Peter and bringing him up, dragging him up from out of retirement. So who'd Samuel Peter fought for years? Samuel Peter's retired. Then they brought Kevin Johnson out of retirement. They're bringing guys out of retirement homes to fight Pulev. You were there live at the fight, so then be honest. Go back and look at the tape. Watch your guys. The guy does his legs. The Peter fight was a joke. The Peter fight was a joke. The Johnson fight was a joke as well. Because to be honest, Kevin Johnson had retired. He got smashed up in a couple of rounds by Joshua, or round by Joshua. That was it. That was Kevin Johnson's. He's basically had said before the fight he was retiring. That was his payday. So Pulev's not good enough, mate. He's not good enough. If he was good enough, he'd have been world champion. Pulev isn't good enough. Not good enough. And he's older and he's getting stopped. And I'm talking to you from I've broken down why. I'm breaking down why this fight. PEDs is not going to save him. It's not going to save that left hook hit him on the chin. It's not going to stop that right hand hit him on the chin. I'm breaking it down. And Kubrat Pulev, them tricks that they think they can play in Bulgaria, Peter Fury is going to have his eye on the ball. Klitschko couldn't get away with it. Pulev certainly ain't going to get away with it. I'm telling you now. Listen, and I'm not just saying this as a Fury fan. I'm saying it from boxing, breaking a fight down. I've broken a fight down to you. I'm not just saying Hughie Fury will win the fight. I've told you why he wins the fight. I've told you Kubrat Pulev when he jabs, brings his left hand, brings the jab down, open to right hands over the top. I've told you Kubrat Pulev is straight up, can't get out of the way of punches. I've told you as well, Kubrat Pulev is vulnerable to punches round for the left hook. So the left hook, look for the left hook to come around Pulev's jab, and the right hand over the top. Pulev drops the jab. Pulev drops brings the jab down. Right hand over the top. Left hook following. So just jab, left jab. Open the jab. Open Pulev up with a jab. Different types of jabs. The slow jabs, fast jabs. Lots of feints. Let Pulev throw his own jab. Let Pulev through the jab. Right hand over the top. Left hook. Telling you, this could be an awesome knockout by Hughie Fury because Pulev's going to be set up for it. Jab. Hand comes down, right hand over the top, left hook. The only thing else that Team Fury would have to be worried about in this fight is the referee. The referee will be key in this fight. Yeah, sort of tricks that can happen in Bulgaria. Or not just Bulgaria, any part when you travel outside to those places. What things we put in your water, you've got to think about. You've also got to think about canvas, the sort of ring they'll have. I suspect these are sort of things that need to be thought about. So for me, I don't even see this being a matchup. I just don't. I just see Fury beating up an old man. That's what I see. Truth be said, that's it. And you all say, well, Kubrat Pulev's this and Kubrat Pulev's that and Kubrat Pulev's this. Then when he gets his ass knocked out, you're going to turn and tell me, well, Kubrat Pulev wasn't very good and Kubrat Pulev's an old man and Kevin Johnson was going to beat him. And you're going to tell me all this crap after the fight. So I'm telling you now, no excuses. No excuses. No excuses. I'm putting myself out. Yeah, I'll do a live chat for the fight. Absolutely. Because I'll do a live chat for all the fights. But Kubrat Pulev is getting his ass handed to him. So October 27th is the last you're going to hear of Kubrat Pulev at world level. That's it. And then I expect when he gets to IBF number one position, I expect Hughie Fury to get messed about. Because that fight against Kubrat Pulev is going to put the world on notice about Hughie Fury. That's what I think. I really do believe that. But we'll have to wait and see. Let me know what you think of this fight between Kubrat Pulev and Hughie Fury. And from a technical standpoint, don't just tell me Hughie Fury will win the fight or Kubrat Pulev will win the fight. Tell me how you think and why you think they'll win the fight. Now, we'll talk about AJ in a minute. But yeah, but as for this fight, for me, it's a wrap. I just think it's the end of Kubrat Pulev. I really do. Kubrat Pulev is going to have to do a lot of different things to beat Hughie Fury. I think. Really, Pulev has beaten Derek Chisora. He's only ever lost once. So what? Well, are you going to use that same excuse for Povetkin? Are you going to use that same excuse for Povetkin? Are you going to use the same excuse for Povetkin? Because Povetkin's only lost one fight, and that was to Klitschko. Is that the excuse? Are you going to use that same excuse? Pulev by points, Hughie by KO. Ain't going to points. There's no way that fight is going to points. Demolition job. I'm telling you. The nickname Hughie Fury the Demolition Man, because that's what he's going to have to do. There's no way Peter Fury is that naive that he's going to expect to hand out in Bulgaria. No way. No way. You're insulting the damn trainer's intelligence. Like, you think Peter Fury is going to sit down and go, yeah, you got jobbed in your own damn country. As far as they're concerned, they got jobbed in their own damn country by Joseph Parker's team or the whole WBO. They got jobbed in their own country. So you really think they're going to sit on their morals and say, well, you know, we got jobbed in the UK, so we go to Bulgaria, they're going to give us a fair deal. No. Peter Fury will be looking to train Hughie to stop Pulev. And he'll be telling Pulev, listen. He'll be telling Hughie, listen, we can't go over there and box like clowns. You can't be running around this ring playing tic-tac-toe. You need to go out there and you need to stop this guy, right? You're world class. I believe you're world class. You should be getting rid of guys like this. You should be getting rid of guys like this. That's what Peter will be telling Hughie. You should be getting rid of guys like this. If you can't get rid of guys like this, you shouldn't be in a boxing ring. That's what he'll tell Hughie. Yeah, of course, we know the politics behind the Fury situation with Parker, but that's it. And I don't have to guess that. You've heard the way Peter Fury talks, so I don't see. I don't see. A lot of people have ducked Pulev, but I think they've ducked him because they don't want to go to Bulgaria. All these people talk about Jarrell Miller this, Jarrell Miller that. Where's Jarrell Miller now? He's running a fight in Adamek. He's fighting Adamek, who was a former light heavyweight. Adamek. Man, that guy was shot about 10 years ago, wasn't he? Pulev is going to make this. Hughie's going to make this fight easy. He's going to make this fight easy. He's going to make this fight easy. You know, people are not giving Hughie Fury the credit because they got caught up in all the garbage that's out there in the media. People can't see a good fighter when they see one anymore because they listen to promoter. They listen to all sorts of propaganda. Use your eyes, open your eyes and see what's going on. Freaking Adamek. I'm not knocking Adamek. I think Adamek's a good fighter. Very good fighter. You know, to move from light heavyweight to heavyweight and to hold your own, Adamek's a damn good fighter. But Jarrell Miller, big baby Miller, he should have been going over there and basically bowling. He should, you know, Miller should be like a bowling ball to some bowling pins, and he should have gone over there and just bowled over Pulev. Just walked in there and just thrown bombs at Pulev. Telling you, Miller's style would have been a nightmare for Pulev as well, because he'd been all there sloppy throwing right hands and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Of course he's shot. He's shot to bits. No, he's beyond shot to bits, Adamek. This is what I'm saying. He had a perfect opportunity to make a name for himself. But there you go. Right, I'm out of here. Like I said, Hughie Fury for knockout against Pulev. I don't see the fight going to points. I don't see Adamek blocking the left hook. Pulev blocking the left hook. I don't see him blocking the right hand. And I just don't see him being able to outwork Hughie Fury. We all know the script. The script is that Pulev wins on points because he's in Bulgaria. But should it really be like that, boxing fans? Should we allow this crap to go on anymore? That fighters don't get a fair shake. Me personally, like I've said in my video earlier on about scripting, boxing is very much scripted. Very much scripted. And we're singing to a script at the moment. If Fury doesn't win, if Fury doesn't knock out Kubrat Pulev wins by points. We haven't seen Kubrat Pulev's work rate. We haven't seen Kubrat Pulev throw a punch yet, that he's already automatically going to win on points. Is that not a set of mind control there? It's not a set of reading into the script and just following the script. That's just the way it is. Because that's just the way it is. Does it make it right? Does it make it fair? So if Adamek turns around and beats Miller, that is a disaster. An absolute disaster. Right, I'm out of here. When I come back, I might do a little bit of talking about Anthony Joshua. See you soon. I'm out of here. Oh, don't forget to rate and subscribe. And check out Round for Round Boxing.